October 17th, 2010. This is today's climate update. I'm going to start with space weather. Now the East Watch channel, it's a very good channel by the way, posted a video kind of response, kind of explaining what's going on with the sun. I'm going to go ahead and attach this video to that one. He did it as a kind of response rabbit hole jumping thing for me. So I encourage you to watch his channel. Today we got reports solar flare, sunspot 1112 is crackling with solar flares. The SDO movies show that the three strongest of the past 24 hours, an M3 flare at 1910 UT on October 16th, a C1 flare, and then another C1 flare. So far none of the blasts have hurled substantial CME towards Earth, but it's definitely in our direction, heading the other way. Now as far as the RSO, well, let me go to Voss.com because government reopens more Gulf waters to fishing. So this is the Gulf of Mexico. Another portion of the Gulf of Mexico has been reopened to commercial and recreational fishing after federal scientists found no oil contamination to bar consumption of seafood. No mention of Corexit in this little article. I will attach it below, of course. The 2,927 square mile area is located off the eastern Louisiana, about 40 miles south of BP well that spewed more than 200 million gallons of oil before being capped. What a joke. 200 million gallons is gallons? About 90% of the Gulf federal waters are now reopened to fishing. So now the official number is 200 million gallons? Anyway. And let's go to the weather. We've got from Ice Age Now website, snow time in springtime across Victoria, Australia. Eastern Australia, massive cold front. Cold snap brings snow to Victoria, and British Columbia, worst flooding in recent history. Now on the RSOE today, we have see more flash floods in India. Now this report today, the state of Manipur, M-A-N-I-P-U-R, apparently their entire paddy crop was destroyed. That's 85 to 95% of these people's income in this one region, and they are desperate for help, and they're in a lot of trouble. We got extreme weather in New Zealand, heavy gale force winds in the northern islands, followed by rains and storms and stuff, and in the southern islands are reporting snowfall. But they did put on the report that they're expecting a nice holiday weekend this weekend, so this should be clearing them off and getting a little break here shortly. Excuse me. And of course Australia's having all kinds of problems. They're having huge crop failures in the state of Queensland's reporting. The farmers were saying just last week we needed some rain to finish the crops, and boy did they get it. They're just having torrential downpours of rain. The state of New South Wales has declared a national disaster. They have several villages and towns and roads and all kinds of trouble there, and of course all of their pristine cropland. Russia's still dealing with flash floods in their southern region, and China's dealing with flash floods still. They just had some more torrential rains. Let's see what else we got here. 70-foot oil tanker explodes in a river in eastern Russia. They say they have it under control. And just looks like we got a new tropical storm for the Philippines in the northern area. Let me click on this real quick. A typhoon that is so strong it is now classified as a super typhoon is roaring into the Philippines today with winds gusting to an incredible 354 kilometers an hour and sustained at 290 kilometers an hour. The huge typhoon is now a rare, catastrophic tropical storm and is likely to cause deaths and widespread devastation to northern parts of the Philippines. Typhoon Maggie may also slam into Hong Kong this Friday or Saturday. Big super typhoon hits Hong Kong this weekend. Although it's unclear what size the storm will be then, Maggie, which is Korean for catfish, a weird name for a storm if you ask me. Imagine if instead of Bola we had one called Gernard, is now so strong that it has become one of the most powerful tropical storms ever recorded. That is pretty much it for today. Voss.com is today's all kinds of UFO stuff. Photos, Michigan, 3 orange orbs, and a story about a New Hampshire fireball. Another story, fireball or contrail at sunset in Canada. U.S. UFOs videotaped over El Paso, Texas. UFO experts reveal spat of sightings around Edinburgh, Scotland. This is all today. U.S. multiple unknown objects reported over Iowa. So apparently we had a bright light over Davenport, Iowa, and it was spurting out the little blinkies, they were calling them. You know, that's as a big, we've seen the videos, that the big bright object with the little bitty objects like flares flying off the back of them, but the flares aren't really flares, they kind of move around, probe things or whatever. That was reported around Davenport. What else? This is still today. U.S. Metallic donut-shaped object seen over Tacoma, Washington. And yesterday, mysterious lights over El Paso. So they're definitely ramping up the UFO stuff. And it's becoming interesting to watch, that's for sure. And again, the planets were doing what the planet's doing. It hasn't been too active earthquake-wise. I mean, as far as, it's just been another day, and we've been through this over and over and over again, but nothing big. Other than that, here it is, another day on planet Earth, so enjoy it while you can.